Hello, greetings. Welcome to a video in my car. Don't know how you got there, but welcome. Enjoy the view, I guess. It's pretty not bad. It's better than the truck. The truck, I kind of have to like set you in front of the speedometer and stuff. The ignition on this console, is this considered the console that you're sitting on? I don't know. However, it is a lot more comfortable for the phone. So got a lot of shit to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about all of it. I'm going to do the little speed notes, the little index cards. So, Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valencia is looking like a 2 out of 3. What I mean by this is I have not beat it, but I'm very close. I believe there's six acts. I'm on Act 5, and from what I understand, Act 5 and Act 6 are just like a couple levels. They're very short, so I'm pretty close to beating the game. What I'm at though is I think the end of Act 5. I have to beat a boss and then beat another boss, and then I'm on Act 6. But I've played enough of the game, I think, right now to say I'm pretty confident in that score. I think it was a waste of potential. I think a lot of these games honestly are. It sucks because Nintendo's the kind of company that they have very, very, I don't know what you'd call their quality assurance, but their quality assurance doesn't check the story. They check, so like, pretty much, you know, does the game work? Does the game play fun? You know, is there a story? Yeah, okay. They don't, you know, there's no strive to make a better story in these games. And I'm not just saying all Nintendo games in general, but for the most part, like, they don't make their developers, you know, they don't make them make, you know, like art, you know. They make them make a toy. Like, I play games to experience things. I don't just play them to have fun, you know. Like, I do have a lot of fun with games, and if a game is able to, you know, impress me with its story and its gameplay, that's what I want. That's what I want in a game. But with the past, like, 3 or 4 Fire Emblems I've played, it's always the same thing. The gameplay's fun, the music is, you know, pretty average, but the story is always just like, damn, they could have did some cool shit with this. And especially with Echoes, it was pretty cool. Like, you know, you start off as like a bum in a village with his 4 bum friends, 3 boys and a girl or whatever, and you get to pick what classes you want to give those guys. You know, it's cool. It starts out pretty cool. Your grandfather goes missing. The militia shows up and recruits you to like take back the kingdom. It's pretty sweet. And then they also bring in this other character who was from the childhood or whatever, but they got relocated. Like, she comes into the story as like this priestess and stuff, and so like Act 1 is all of him, Act 2 is all of her, Act 3 is all of him again. Or no, you know what? Act 3 opens it up so you're playing both of them simultaneously on the map, on the overworld map, which is really cool because you can be like, okay, let me I'll do a couple of his missions, go back over to her, do hers, and they both have pretty cool stories, and it becomes so predictable. Like, obviously you know who the bad guy is and who the connection is he has with the main character, and you know, there's a god that's promoting fertility on this one side of the world, and the other side is, you know, it's like our Earth where you have to actually work and make crops and farm and stuff. There's a lot of potential with the story, and it was way too predictable. There wasn't enough loss and sacrifice and stuff, and it's a shame because I really like the game. I like the characters. I started off really not liking the characters too much, but you know, at the point I'm at now, I've done enough of these like memory prisms or whatever. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay, that's kind of weird. It said like Google something process. That was weird. But yeah, where I'm at now, I've seen enough to know that this game isn't going to get any better story-wise. Gameplay kind of also capped out pretty early in the game. Usually when you get like a higher unit, like a next class unit, like let's say Cavaliers, for example. Cavaliers promote into Paladins. So like I recruited this one guy who's a Paladin. He's like level 5 or 6, and I typically don't give them guys too much experience because I want to let my lower level guys level up. But like this guy is still like level 10 or something, and I already recruited a gold knight, which is what he can promote into. It's the 3rd class, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, am I severely underleveled? Because this game very heavily promotes grinding, but the thing is, I've barely grinded. Like, I honestly don't think you could even call it a done grinding. Like, I've not gone out of my way to grind. I've gone out of my way to find every item in the cave, a couple of them, but I have not gone out of my way to say, you know what, I really want to promote these guys. Let me level grind this up to level 20 real quick. Have not done that once. So it sucks because they're really promoting this grinding shit, and it's like, I would love to grind if there was a reason to grind. You know, like, there's not enough reason to. What's cool is they kind of stole Final Fantasy IX's item system, where if you equip a certain weapon or a certain equipment, like a weapon or a tunic or a boot or whatever, you could actually gain abilities that permanently stay on your character if you've used that weapon enough, which is awesome. But what they do is they make it so you learn those abilities, but only when that weapon's equipped. So, you know, like, let's say you get the leather shield pretty early on. Well, then you get an iron shield and you get a steel shield. But the second you unequip those items, which they had really good abilities, you don't have those abilities anymore. It still shows them in your ability list, but you can't use them. Like, that's a waste of potential. So, you know, Echoes was such a waste of potential. I really wanted it to be more. And, I actually bought the collector's version or whatever, and I expected more. We are parked in our driveway. So that's where I'm at with Echoes. I think it could have been better. It wasn't better than what I thought it was going to be. Pretty much about where I thought it was going to be at this point. I thought Conquest and Birthright could have been a lot better too, but they were. I mean, that's the thing is, those ones specifically, like, when you played Conquest, it was actually pretty cool. I liked the storyline on that one, but, again, it was so predictable. But I'm going to end this video here. This is not what I was going to talk about, but that's what I talked about, so I'm going to end it here. Crystal Light's pretty good. It's pretty good for a non-sugar beverage. Drink it. It's very good. Go with a pink lemonade or lemonade. I'm not so big into the other ones, but I'm drinking natural lemonade right now. It's not bad. It's got no preservatives, nothing bad in there really. Just, I think, stevia, which is not bad.